Hey guys, what's going on? This week on Speak, we answer questions. First question, do I have any issues finishing music? I don't think I have issues finishing music. I think I have too many ideas about music that it's hard to consolidate and pick something to focus on, not necessarily start and never get back to and finish. There are some demos where I want to compare an amp, or I want to start with an amp and I start with a guitar and I start laying down drums, lay down a couple scratch tracks, and it never goes where I want it to go, so I abandon it. And then I might start a new track because playing that track, it might have kind of started something that I wasn't necessarily aware of, and I thought I needed to continue. But that becomes a different thing, right? So you can start writing a song with your band and it never goes anywhere. It's kind of like that riff you always have in your back pocket. I mean, that's where B-sides come from, is you kind of experiment with a track, and if it just doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere. But no, largely, I don't have issues finishing music. I have a hard enough time trying to find the time to record all the music that I have in my head, which I love to do the amp comparisons and like the pedal things and like do the in the mix. I mean, that's why I like to do it. I like to play and create music. It's not necessarily like to just like demo it. I legitimately want to hear these differences myself. So I'm just kind of sharing my musical journey with you, in that case. I would encourage you that if you do have issues finishing things and like starting recordings and stopping, go back and listen to it. Maybe listen to it in the car a little bit, see if anything inspires you, walk away and go listen to other music. Walk away from a track for a week and come back to it and try to finish it. I think there are plenty of ways to get around kind of like writer's block, if that's what you want to call it. Do what you like. Don't try to appease somebody else. I think when you're doing anything creative for the wrong reason, it's not true inspiration. I don't think it's going to be half as good as it would be if you did it and you stayed true to what you envisioned that track to be. So, I would keep pushing ahead, finish it up, release a record, that kind of thing. Question 2. They say it sounds good at lower volume, but I don't understand what that means. The power amp doesn't clean up when you roll down the master. Now this is regards to a Friedman amp, and in various videos Dave Friedman has said he tunes the amp's sound in at lower volume, because if it sounds good at low volume, it'll sound good at stage volume. I guess this is his whole thing. Whereas other amp manufacturers will try to make it sound really good loud, but when you turn it down, it sounds like crap. If that's the logic, great, it works. The amps sound fantastic at low volume. They sound fantastic at, louder volume. So I hope that answers your question. Question 3, what YouTube channels do you follow, and why do you follow them? I guess that's kind of funny. I probably don't follow as many channels as I should. Maybe it's not the channels I follow, it's the reasons I follow the channels. I think that might be more important because there are various types of channels that will speak to your individual musical taste. There's different reasons to follow a channel, right? If you're looking for a magnetic personality, an amazing player, if they're good at everything, I don't think Pete Thorne or Mike Hermes makes a bad video. They are amazing players and they're fun to watch, but I also see that as a downside, right? Because if they're kind of good at everything and they're so masterful, everything sounds good. But am I going to sound like anywhere near that good? Or am I going to make that piece of gear sound that great when I play it? Probably not. And then there's the total niche guys, and then there's the classic rock bass guys or the blues guys or the pedal bass guys. I think that you can follow easily 100 channels just based on music gear reviews and get something different out of all of them. I think they're all important because that is diversity. That's seeing people using the same piece of gear differently. And that's what it's all about. I mean, there's not that many musical notes in the scale. So how does one player or one demoer, present it in a different way that no one else did? I think that's kind of what's important. I'll use a band example. I love the Foo Fighters. I mean, they are down to the earth guys, but they are rock stars. Whereas I also love Jimmy World, and I don't think those guys are on this same playing field at all. But they write amazing music, and I love both of them for different reasons. The sass and the attitude it comes from the Foo Fighters, whereas Jimmy World I just think writes really great songs, really great lyrics, and amazing melodies, and I think they're both solid bands. But I wouldn't want a world where it was all the Foo Fighters or all Jimmy World. I like having both. So I love the Pete Thorne videos, and I love the Mike Hermes videos, and Philip McKnight stuff is good too, where it's like the know your gear thing. I don't watch too much of his stuff, honestly. I think it's good for you to take in a wealth of all of the knowledge that is out there, and not be afraid to follow anyone for any reason. I would encourage you to do your own channel, if you felt led to do that. I think it's good to kind of hear yourself play, to watch yourself play. It's therapeutic in a way, but it also teaches you things. It teaches you what not to do, teaches you what to do. So it's good to have that mix, for sure. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many more videos to come. Don't miss one sub.